welcome back to my channel, Jamie Fran Colors. I'm Jamie, and today we're going to color a picture in this book. This is the August Revere 2 Epic book, and it is by the publishers Vivid Publishers, and I haven't colored in this book yet. We did a flip through of it, but I haven't colored in it. The paper is kind of thin, but I haven't colored in it yet, so we're not sure. We're going to color in it today and see how it goes. So I cut this page out of this book, and we're going to color it, and we're going to see how the paper takes to the different pencils and yeah, maybe some markers. I also recently purchased myself 80 colors of these. These are the Zig Clean Color marker, and they are a watercolor marker, so you can kind of manipulate them with water with a water brush, but they're also great for just a base like we use our Tombow markers for. So I thought maybe we'll use some of them, try that on this paper, see how it takes to water. I don't think it's going to take to water very well. I think it's going to wrinkle just because it's so thin. My lighting is not the best. We have more light over here than over here. We'll see if we can fix that, and then we will get started on this picture. So yes, I just wanted to also say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I've been had this channel and been using it consistently 3 times a week for about 3 months, 3.5 months, and we're up to over 200 subscribers, and so that's exciting, and I just want to say thank you for that. If you haven't gone over to Instagram, I also post more pictures over to Instagram. It is JamieFran222, so go check that out if you haven't already. Anything else? I don't think so. So let me see if I can fix the lighting a little bit, and then we'll get started. Okay, we've zoomed in a little bit, and let's look at a flower to start with. I'm going to use the clear color zigs on the flower just as a base. If you don't have the clean color markers, use a Tombow marker, or we might learn we don't want to put any marker on this paper anyway. So this is just kind of to help us see what the paper will do. I think, what color should we do those? Let's do them, let's look at our pinks. Okay, as always, listed down below will be the supplies and link to any of the supplies I use, and then also up in this corner somewhere will be listed what pencil I'm using, or marker, or any other supply. So you'll be able to follow along, or not, just sit back, watch, you know, as you're falling asleep or whatever. So I know I tend to zone out to YouTube while I'm going to sleep. So this is the blush. We're gonna lay it down. Ooh, it's really soaking into that paper. You wouldn't have a lot of time to manipulate it. Yeah, it's looking much more saturated on this paper than the paper I was using with this before. That's okay. My husband packed up our little boys for the weekend and took them to southern Utah to the cabin. I stayed home, get a little R&R, and it's been a rough summer for Our little curly, he doesn't do well without a schedule, so I do my best to keep him on his schedule, but it's hard sometimes in the summer, and I've got 2 other little boys that want to play and go do fun stuff, and it's hard on him. So this is really wrinkling the paper. I don't know how much wet medium we'll use on this. Maybe we'll just lay it down for the background of these flowers so they're all the same. And then we won't mess with it. I don't know if you can see that. It's no, not really, but it's not smooth. It's really warping the paper. So let's just lay it down for the rest of the flowers, and then we'll move on to something else. Alright, so that lays that color down. We'll let that dry, and then we'll put some pencil over the top. It did saturate into the paper really quickly, so I wouldn't have a lot of time on this paper to manipulate it with water. And it also saturated it more, so the color's actually darker on this paper than it has been on the other paper that I've used that color on before, so that was interesting. Let's see, while that dries, we could use some pencil and do some things. Let's see, let's put in some green. So the pencils that I have Prismacolors, which we use most often. They are a wax-based pencil, and then I have Polychromos pencils, which are an oil-based pencil. And then I do have Luminance, which are also a wax-based pencil for like the Prismacolors. And then I've been trying out Pablo pencils, and I just have a few of them. Well, I'm getting more and more, but they feel like they're somewhere in between. Like they have wax and oil in them, and so they're kind of fun. So let's grab a couple of those and try them on this paper. So let's take the olive yellow, and we'll just lay down a base. Oh, there goes my air conditioner. Still gonna have some background noise. That's okay. Alright, we'll lay down some of that. I like the way these Pablo pencils feel. Like they kind of act somewhere in between the Prismas and the Polychromos. I love my Prismacolors, and I struggle with the Polychromos pencils. I mean, they're okay, and I just need to use them more to sharpen. So I am liking these Pablo pencils. I am trying to find something. I know people are struggling with Prismacolors breaking and being dry, and just the quality control on them is not great. And so I've been trying to find something that is less expensive than the Luminance, and we have some more color options, because the Luminance, there's only 76 colors, I think, and I'm used to Prismacolors that have 150, and so I feel very limited with those, and they're expensive, and so I'm trying to find something that maybe we can branch out into that aren't as expensive as some of the others, but that work kind of like the Prismacolors. Anyways, I don't know if this is our answer or not, but I am enjoying coloring with these. So that was the olive yellow, and then we'll go with light olive. We can darken up a few spots. They don't feel as hard as the Polychromos. They do feel a little more wax in there to give it some smoothness. But they don't lay down as much as the Prismacolors. Like, I don't feel like you can blend quite the same way. I don't know, they just feel different than the Prismas and the Polys. So, pencils. Who knew it would be so complicated, huh? Okay, and then let's take this black, olive black. You can buy the Pablo pencils. They are a Caran d'Ache. You can buy them in a set, or you can buy them open stock. Probably be cheaper in the long run to buy them all together in a set, but that's a big purchase. It's over $200 for the whole set. And so for me personally, it's easier on our budget and I get impatient to save it all up and buy them all together. So I buy them open stock. I bought like 30 of them in a set, and then I slowly buy the other colors open stock. And yes, that's going to be more expensive in the long run, but it's easier on my pocketbook each payday than forking over close to $300 for all of them. So, plus I wanted to try them. I didn't know how I'd feel about them. So I wanted to try a few to start with, so that's why I got the set of 30, and then I've just been buying a few every payday. That's okay. I like that. Okay, and then let's go back over it with the olive yellow, see if they will kind of blend a little bit. Yeah, I think I like the feel of these better than the Polychromos. Okay, I like that. So that's what we'll just do on all our greenery, which there isn't a lot in this picture. So you can go ahead and finish the greenery with those, or with whatever colors you picked. Our flowers are dry, so let's pick some colors to go on top of it. When I was working with it before with this color, I used Polychromos to put over the top of it, but maybe should we stick with the Pablos? Let's see what colors I have in Pablos to put over the top. So I did pull some Polychromos. Let's start with Red Violet, and let's put that in the shadows. See how it looks on here. Okay. It's kind of I really like this color. It's a pretty color. And like I said, I've been trying to use them more. I used Polychromos and just a few Prismacolors on my last picture that I colored. And it was in Hannah Carlson's Daydreams, And it was for the coloring for Katrine, one of our fellow YouTubers who passed away this last week. It's been a few weeks for you guys, but in real life for me it's been about a week and a half. And so I was trying to use the Polychromos because that was kind of her pencil of choice, which I think is great. Just because I don't know how to use them correctly doesn't mean someone else shouldn't. And they do have some beautiful colors, and so I colored that. Let me pull that picture. Let's see. It's interesting how we all have different preferences, and I think that's great that there are so many varieties. Katrine, sorry, I get out of breath when I'm on here. Katrine colored in Daydreams, Dagmar, in Hannah Carlson's Daydream book quite often. It was her, I would say probably her favorite book. I don't know if she ever came out and said it's her favorite book, but it's definitely when she was trying to color the whole book. And I love Hannah Carlson's artwork, but I would have to say that Daydreams is the one I have colored in the least, and just the one that I don't gravitate towards, and yet she was trying to finish the whole book and loved it. And so I just think that it's great that we're all different and we have something different to offer, and it was good to try to color this picture for her. So let me pull out if you can see it, because and coloring it in colors that she would color in rather than maybe I would color in. Because I got some good I don't know, because I found some new color combinations that I really like. I'm trying to turn off some of the lights so it be a little more true to color. There we go. The face still is a little washed out. It's not that washed out. It's hard. So now it's a little dark, but you get the point. So anyways, back to this picture. So we're just putting that red violet in the shadows. Okay, then let's go to Burnt Carmine, and let's go over that red violet and then just past it a little bit. And I'm just trying to do light circular motions. Okay. I like that. Kind of go back, try to soften a few spots. They're widening the road behind our subdivision, and I don't hear the trucks very often. I'm far enough away from that road, but every once in a while I'll hear them. I'm hearing them a little bit right now. Okay, I like that. We'll leave it at that for a minute. We might go back in with a pen and put some highlights or something on the edges. Let me pull up so you can see. So my desk is horribly messy at the moment, and I ran out of white paper and I haven't gone and gotten any yet, and I don't know what I want to do. If white is even the best option, maybe I should try something else. So I don't know, maybe I'll do that when I go to get food. I'll run over to Michael's and see. I really like that, and I think it looks good with the olive green. It's nice. And the pencil, Polly's laid down really good over that watercolor pen marker. It just really wrinkled the page. So I don't know that we'll do. Wish you could see it, how wrinkled it is. I don't know if you can though. It's very thin paper. Okay. Alright, let's grab some pale yellow and lay that down in there. Yeah, I like these better than the polys or Polychromos. I know there are people who love the Polychromos. I think it's just because I use the Prismas so much that I just have a hard time with the polys. That's okay though. This is Golden Ochre. And I'm just putting that at the bottom of each of those. Darken it up a little bit. It's really not in the best looking on the monitor there. It's a little better. Okay. And then grab a little Naples yellow just to brighten it up here and there. Just kind of. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. So I guess these flowers, we should maybe put that marker on there too. So I want to make sure it is dry, and then they dry pretty quick though. And then red violet. It's always on the screen for you guys, so if you're coloring and not looking up, you might want to hear me saying it. Also, I say it more for me because when I go back and edit, I'm not always 100% positive which pencil I was using when. And so if I just make sure I always tell you the pencil, then I have it when I'm editing too, so. Okay. Then we'll grab that burnt carmine and just go over it and go out a little past. Okay. Okay, so I'm grabbing the Pablos. I'm going to have Orangish Yellow, Reddish Orange, Scarlet, and Indian Red. I think they will make for a good butterfly here. So let's go ahead and lay down Orangish Yellow. And I'm going to put it in all these kind of inside. And we'll leave the outside alone for now. Okay, then I think we'll take the Indian Red. We're going to put it down here in the shadow. Put him down here at the bottom. Lightening my pressure as I get to the edge. This down here too. Let's get it. Okay. Then let's go to the Scarlet. We'll go over the top of that Indian Red and then out past it. Lightening my pressure the further out I go from the Indian Red. Okay, then let's go to that reddish orange. Okay. Then let's go back to that Orangish Yellow and lay it down. We're going to go over everything with that. here. So you see all this speckly stuff where the mark pencil isn't covering up all of the paper, so you get some white in there. I'm actually going to take this Orangish Yellow and I'm going to press a little harder into the paper as I go over that area, and that should help eliminate that white speckling. As to actually, I'm going to kind of burnish with this color and kind of press into the paper, and that's going to help eliminate some of that. See how that kind of worked. Okay. And just do the same with this butterfly over here. Okay, let's do the rest of this butterfly here. So I've pulled Pablo's again, brown, umber, and black. So let's start with the brown. I'm not worrying about those white dots because I'm going to do them with a Posco paint pen. So if I get pencil on them, it's just fine. Okay, and let's get his body too. Awesome. All right, then let's take Umber. Fill it in there. And I'm going to go up the edge there. Around. Okay. Little there too. Alright, then our body here. Gotta do the back of him. Alright, then let's get some black. Okay, then this body there. A little over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the background yet. Alright, then let's take that brown again. Blend that out a little bit. If you're getting those white dots again, just remember to press with your pencil a little bit and burnish out the paper. I think we're going to take a little bit of a lighter color to kind of burnish out this area. Okay. Okay, then let's grab that golden ochre that we used on the inside of the butter. No, we used it on the inside of the flowers. And let's bring that up here. Yeah, I think I really like these pencils. Let's bring it down here a little bit too. Then on our little bud, or his body, let's bring it here too so he doesn't get too dark. Alright. Looking good. This is a little thicker paint pen than I usually use. This is a 0.7, but I am out of my other one. Maybe it's the same size. It's shaped a little different. This one's about out too, but I think we'll get enough. Put those dots in. I went ahead and ordered some more because I'm out of my white gel pen too. So that's not good. Can't be out of both. I think they'll probably be here tomorrow, which means they might even be here before I finish this picture. And take the black Posca paint pen and put in his eyes a little bit. And his antennas. Okay. Then I'd also take this white pen and put a little in the flower. Just kind of pick a side to lean towards. Like that. Oh, there's another butterfly down here. I do him the same too. Do all my butterflies the same. So there's the butterfly and the flower. Maybe even take that white pen and just add a little in the inside of the flower. Yeah. Alright, so that gives you an idea on the leaves, the flowers, and the butterflies. So I'll do the rest of them off camera just so we don't waste too much time. Waste time. Coloring's never wasting time. Okay, so let's take the Orangish Yellow and let's fill his little body in. We'll leave those little stripes. We'll do them something else. So let's fill in his body. Okay, then let's take olive black and let's put it in here. I want to keep that center yellow. We just bring up the sides. Underneath this band there. Okay. Then let's grab some black. We won't go out quite as far as we did with the olive black. Okay, and let's go back to that olive black. Blend a little bit. Okay, and then that yellowish orange. Alright, I like that. Okay, let's grab Scarlet and Indian Red, which we used on the butterfly. We'll put a light layer of Scarlet on these bands. Okay. Then take that Indian Red, put it on the edges. Okay. Then let's take a little black and put it on the edges. Alright, then we'll take that Scarlet again. Alright. And then let's take the olive black. Let's put that on his legs. And his antennas. Okay, and then take the black. Okay, then blend it out with that olive black again. Okay. Take our black paint pen and just give him his eyes there. I wonder about what he should do with his wings. I think I'm going to leave them white and then we'll put a little glitter over them later. Alright, so far our picture. Okay, so let's put the light ochre on. We'll do these bands. Okay, then let's grab Canary Yellow. Okay, but I'll always come back and finish. I'm hoping this will be one video. We might do the face in another video, I don't know. Sometimes the face, they just take a while. Okay, this is the Golden Yellow that we're using in place of the Golden Rod, and it's a bit brighter than Goldenrod. But I think we can kind of make it work. Not quite that yellow. Okay, let's go in with, this is Umber. I'm going to start getting in those shadows. Okay, then we'll get some of this reddish orange, blend out from that brown a little bit. Okay, and then a little black right up against. And those deepest shadows. The paper's having a hard time taking any more color. I think this paper, it feels a lot like Create Space paper. It's just very thin. It's not silky. It has a little tooth to it. So we've been able to get a good amount of color down. And in some of this area, some of the areas, this is like the 6th layer of color, so it makes sense. But it's getting a little full. Okay, then let's take Light Ochre and see if we can kind of blend things together. We might have to get a blender to help, just because this tooth of this paper's pretty full in some areas. We don't want to lose those highlights either. We'll do what we can with the pencil and then we'll try a blender. Okay, let me grab, I don't know how well Gamsol would do on this paper. I'm afraid the paper is going to soak it up. We might try anyways in a minute. But let's just try a dry paper stump first. That works pretty good. Okay. okay. So that gave us a little gold. It's not as blended as I'd like it to be. This is a blender pencil. Just see what that will do. It's almost removing color. Yeah, I feel like that's removing color. Let's try a little golden yellow. Bring back a little bit in here. It looks a lot more yellow on my monitor, and I don't know how it looks on the camera, but I'll have to check when I edit. But I think we'll have to go with that for a minute. Yeah, in person I like it. It looks better in person than it does on the monitor. And maybe my monitor just needs some adjusting. So, okay. I am going to finish flowers, butterflies, flies, vegetation, and then maybe even the gold off of camera. My battery's about to die. And then I'll come back and we'll do hair, face, gems, and all of that jazz. So I will be back in a minute. All right, so it is the next morning, and this is what she looks like so far with all the flowers, butterflies, flies done. So I just used the same colors that I used before. So now I think we should do her hair. So let's start with our darkest color. Yeah. Okay, which is going to be the Vandyke Brown. We're going to come out from any shadow areas. Okay, so that was that Vandyke Brown. So I know I fast forward, or not fast forward, I like speed it up so that you don't see every stroke. But I just want to give you a rough idea of how long just the one color took. It took about 13 minutes to just lay down the first color. So this is not something that, hair is not something you're just gonna whip out in 5 minutes, you know, and feel like it looks good. So take your time and just kind of enjoy the meditation process of it. So, all right, so now we're going to, this is Brownish Beige. And we're just gonna set it in the Vandyke Brown, pull it out, flick it up. So again, my stroke is starting in the Vandyke Brown with it on the paper, and I'm pulling it up, and when my stroke ends, my pencil is no longer on the paper. All right, now we're going to Cocoa. Yes, Cocoa. Let's pull her back up here. We're gonna do the same thing, set it in the Vandyke, pull it all the way through that brownish beige, and then flick up. Okay, then we're gonna move to Cream. Do the same thing. This is just kind of pull anything into highlighted areas. So we can be a little more messy with this one. Maybe put a little more pressure. We don't want to blend all our colors together because that will lose the hair texture. We want those strokes. So we don't want to blend it all out, but just a I'm going to go back to that Vandyke Brown. Just darken up a few areas. They're kind of back behind. So that hair took me about between 30 and 35 minutes to do. So it's not a quick 5-minute process. The more time you spend on it, the better results you're gonna get. So there's that hair. Let's do her eyebrows real quick. Sometimes I forget about the eyebrows. I like the illustrations in this book because they give you hair for the eyebrows, which not all books do. Like, I love Hannah Carlson books, and they're the people. But if you look at their eyebrows, she has a very distinct outline around them. And I don't care for that. I really like how this looks more natural. Anyways, picky, picky, picky. Okay, so this is the Vandyke Brown. We're gonna do that same flicking motion. Okay, then Brownish Beige. Then Cocoa, right? Yes. And then some cream. I don't like outlining my eyebrows either, so I like a pretty natural looking eyebrow. All right, so there is her hair and eyebrows all finished. My messy, messy desk. All right, so now we need some skin. Let me take a look at the Pablos. I don't know if I've got enough colors to do skin or not. We might use Prismacolors for the skin. Okay, I found some colors in the Pablos. We're gonna try, see how it goes. So we're gonna start with the Granite Rose. Let's lay down some of that. Be really soft with this. No pressure, just soft circular motions. Okay. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, well, I wish I had something in between that and that. A little bit nervous to have such a big jump. Let me check through here one more time. All right, let's grab a Prismacolor pencil and just, so we'll see if they work well together. I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab Necter from the Prismacolors. We'll just see, hopefully they will work well together. So light, no pressure. Little circular motions. Okay, then let's go to Cinnamon in the Pablos. So this is a Pablo Cinnamon. We want to put some shadows in. Okay, let's grab that Nectar again. Lightly take this out a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take, this is Burnt Sienna and the Pablo. I'm gonna put that in the shadows. Keep it tighter to things. Let's try blending this. So I grabbed the Granite Rose again, and let's see if we can't, we might have to grab some a blending tool. We'll see how it goes. So while I'm blending, I am adding a little more pressure. I'm still going in just kind of tight circles, starting in the darkest spot and then working my way out to the lighter areas, and lightening my pressure as I get into those lighter areas. Okay, Okay, I think that's kind of as good as we're going to get with this pencil. Let's put in a little bit of cream in these highlighted areas. Of the paper, but I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, let's grab a blender and let's grab just a little. I still don't know how the Gamsol is going to do on this paper. If the paper is just going to soak it up before we can really blend with it, but let's give it a try. This is a little piece of sandpaper that you can clean your paper stumps with. I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, let's get a little Gamsol on that paper stump and let's start back here by her ear and just see how that'll blend it a little bit. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and do that then. Okay, let's just... All right, there she is, all blended out. So I did end up blending her all out with the Gamsol and a paper stump, and I think it worked pretty well on here. So we've just got a few things to finish. We've got her eyes, her lips, the rest of her crown, jewelry, and her dress. So let's, well, while we still have our colors for our skin out, let's go ahead and do her lips and eyes. There she is. All right, I'm gonna take the burnt sienna. We're gonna put that corners of her mouth. Okay. All right, then let's grab some of the cinnamon. And then let's grab the Granite Rose. Looks like we need to add a little more color. Kind of looks like she's got some chocolate on her lips or something. Okay, so let's grab some more of that cinnamon. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to take this pink, I'm going to go right in the water duct of her eye there, put it there, and then up on her eyelid, make sure it's got color there. Okay. And then we want to grab, I don't think we will. All right, let's find a light blue or a cool gray. Let's see. Here's a Blueish pale is what it's called. Let's add a little bit of that to the white of her eyes. Not too much. This is a little darker than I was thinking, so we're going to be careful. Okay. And then let's grab white just to help lighten that, blend it out a little bit so it's not too blue. If you go look in the mirror and look at the white of your eyes, you'll notice that very little of it is actually white. You've got blues and reds and blood vessels and different things in there. And so if you leave the white of their eyes stark white, it just looks off. It looks a little strange. So you can add a little bit of blue, a little bit of gray, a little bit of pink, just to give it a little color so it doesn't look so stark, so off. Okay, so then we need to decide what color we want her eyes. I'm thinking green, kind of to go with, we've got a little green out in the leaves. So let's grab the colors we used for that, and then let's also grab a little golden ochre. Woo! Dropping my pencils. Okay, so I've pulled olive yellow, light olive, black olive, and golden ochre here. And we want our pencils to be sharp, so the only one I haven't sharpened is the golden ochre. So sharpen that. Okay. I'm going to start with, I think I broke the tip of that. There we go. Let's start with the black olive. We want to get it up here at the top where her lid kind of touches. That's going to be the darkest part of the iris. Okay. All right, then let's take the light olive. Because I'm working in such a small area, I want to make sure my pencil is nice and sharp. I have an easy tip to work with. You're going to go into that dark olive that you put down. And kind of like the hair, you want to make little strokes. Okay. Okay, good. Now let's take the yellow ochre and let's put some of that in there. Just scatter it around a little bit. Good. All right, I like that. Then we'll take the light olive. Just kind of blend a little bit. Okay, I like that. Then we just need her pupils. So I'm going to grab the black Posca paint pen. Make sure we have that. Okay. We'll let that dry before we touch it again. It doesn't take it long to dry. Acrylic paint dries pretty quick. So let's just grab the white Posca paint pen. Just put a little white right there. Okay. All right, we'll let that go for a minute. let's do something else. So that looks really pretty, I think. So let's grab a couple of colors. Let's see what we should use. Let's grab the colors we used on the flowers. They were Polychromos pencils, and they were Red Violet and Burnt Carmine. Let's grab them, and maybe the white to help us out. Okay, so let's grab the Red Violet, and let's kind of put it down here, edge there. Okay, and then let's kind of bring it up on this one side, maybe the corner there, because I don't want to spend too much time on these. I don't want to be bogged down by them today. So then let's grab the Burnt Carmine. I'm going to work in there a little bit. Blend out. Okay, then let's grab the Granite Rose we used on her skin. Just blend it a little bit. And then grab the white. Okay. That looks pretty good. And then you can take your white paint pen if you want. Lighten up anything anymore. All right, let's look at this Golden Yellow and this Canary Yellow and Pale Yellow. See what we can do with those. So let's take the Golden Yellow. Let's see. Let's put this one. Put it around the edge. Then we'll take the Canary and build up this side over here. A little bit over here. Then let's take the Pale Yellow. Then we've got these kind of teardrop shaped ones. I really don't want too much color on them. I kind of want them to be very light, whitish. Maybe they're reflecting a little bit of the color around them. So let's take the Granite Pink, throw a little bit of it in there. Okay, and then a little of that Pale Yellow. cream. Nothing too fancy. Okay. Take your white and put a few spots in there. Okay. Okay, let's start with the Granite Rose. We're going to take Purple Violet from the Pablos and we're just going to put a little of this in there. Not too much. I kind of want to keep it fairly light. Okay, then let's go back in with that Granite Rose. Just kind of blend it out. Okay. Let's pull out and see what that looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't know. It's good to step back from it. Another good thing, take a picture of your progress. Take a picture of it. That lets you see it a little bit different or a little bit at a distance to help it see what colors are blending, what isn't blending well. I'll do that quite often. Okay, and then I think I'll take this down here too. Okay, I'm going to work on finishing the crown and then we'll come back and do some finishing touches. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, here it is. We're going to go ahead and add a little silver sparkle to the beads, and then I also got kind of this mauve-y purple color. Thought this might be good on these. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then maybe down here on her shirt as well. Kinda. How do I want to just kind of add a little bit? There we go, not too much. And then we'll put this silvery color on kind of the beads. Just kind of quick. Okay. And then I have this crystal clear Spectrum Noir sparkle pen that I'm just gonna add to these little flies, their little wings. And you could add a little of this to some of these jewels. I wanted to make them sparkle a little bit. See how it just gives a little bit of shine. Right there. Sparkle make anything better, right? Alright, let's zoom out and take a look. Don't mind my messy desk. Goodness, gotta see a lot of it to get Oliver. Okay, there we go. So there she is. I think I'm going to pass on a background this time. And we'll just keep her as she is. She looks good, got a little bit of sparkle. So let's talk about, my nail just fell off. They're just glue on. Okay. Whew. Let's talk about, a little bit, summarize what I think about a few things. I love the pictures in this book. I think they are stunning, so pretty. I think just strong, powerful, beautiful women. Love them. I am not very happy with the paper. I think it's very similar, if not exactly the same as a Create Space paper. And it just, I mean, it even wrinkled a little bit just coloring with pencil. And so I think if I'm coloring more, I might print them off onto a different paper, but that's just my preference. As for the Pablo pencils, I think they're great. I am very happy with them. Like I said, I think they're a pretty good mix of oil and wax, and I think they're blending well. They're keeping a point better, and I think we're gonna continue to play with them and work with them and see what we can do with them. So yeah, I think that's what I think of this. Did anything else? I don't think so. Scatterbrained right now. My family will be back in an hour or so. And so I'm gonna go get things ready for them. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And, oh, excuse me, that you have a great weekend and that you can find time to relax, enjoy yourself, do a little coloring, a little meditation, take a little time for yourself. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.